Hey, brothers and sisters. I wanted to come back and just clear up something that I said in the last video. I was referring to how we are to see God in all things, because that's what we're looking for. We have faith in God. So we're in every situation, we are looking for God. And sometimes it doesn't come as God, it's not going to come of God just coming through the clouds, right, and manifest itself in front of you. It comes through people, what people say, what people do. This is how we judge a matter, right? So I wanted to just give you a quick example, because in the last video I mentioned how when you see a person of God, you believe in that, right? And what I mean is you believe in the God in them, right? Now we know people can change at any minute. That's not why we don't put our faith in the person, but we put our faith in the voice of God, the different manifestations of God as He comes through a trial to lead you and guide you along the way. Now I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm saying. In Matthew 16 and 17, Jesus is asking the disciples, and make sure I got this right. He's asking the disciples, who do you think I am? And they said, so some people are saying that you are John the Baptist. Some people are saying you're the prophet of Elijah. He said, I don't care what everybody's saying. I want to know who you think I am. And Simon Peter asked, he said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Let me move this real quick. So he said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus replied, blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. See, Peter was looking at the Spirit. He was looking through the Spirit to determine, to, discern who Jesus was. And that's how we need to look at everyone. We can have friends, but you need to discern the voice that you're hearing, the advice that you're hearing, the guidance that they're giving you. Is this the Spirit of God? We have another example in, I don't have the chapter in front of me, but when Nathan comes into the group, and Jesus said, Jesus tells him, and Jesus has a wonderful way of using the very conversations to reveal to the person who He is without revealing, because He's always trying to get them to see through the Spirit who I am. I don't need to tell you. When I go to this man and I use my spit in some mud and I put it on his eyes, that should be enough to reveal to you that I am of my Father. When I say be healed and that person gets up and he's totally healed, that should be enough to say to you in the Spirit that I am of my Father. Now we know Satan is a devil and he's a liar and a conceiver of all things, but so he can copycat or counterfeit. But here we're talking about Jesus and how Jesus used those signs, those wonders, to reveal to the person in front of him who He was. And He did it consistently, and He did it all the way to the cross. So we always saw the fruits over an extended amount of time. So if there's people that you're following and you see some fruit here and some fruit there, they say in the scripture, they quote in the scripture, watch it over time and see. And when that person is no longer in alignment with God's Spirit, with the scripture, you slowly and patiently and gracefully and by loving kindness bow out. But here, so we have Nathan. Nathan comes into the group and he says to, Jesus tells him, he said, I know who you are. You are a real Jew. And he said, how do you know me? He said, I saw you under the tree praying. So Jesus knew Nathan by the Spirit. But he was trying, in that conversation, Nathan could have discerned him by the Spirit. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I just want to come on real quick and just go a little deeper in that. When we are looking to discern a matter, we are looking for God. We are not looking for man. We're not looking to people. We're looking for God and a matter. And we put our faith in that substance. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. We put our faith in the substance of the matter that represents God and our life, that represents God manifested in his word. That's what we look to. That's what we put our hope in. And when that thing gets twisted, and it don't take much to get twisted, but it's going to take you to know God and know his word and know his spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. When you, this is for parents or people that just have relationships. You can have friends. You can have many different relationships. When you know someone, and there's that one day that they have off, you know it instantly. When my son goes into the mode of moping and stuff, I know instantly that he is struggling with something. And I'll say, what's wrong? Because I know him. I know when he's happy. I know when he's sad. I know when, when he's not feeling well. I know him. So you got to know God, because you'll know when something's not right. You'll know when it ain't of him. You'll know it. It don't take much. It could be a little tweak. Hey, that ain't you, God. And if we're not operating in this day and time, then you need to check yourself. You're not going to have time to go to somebody else and get them to discern the matter. That season is over. The season been over, because it's just been his grace that has allowed us to do the things that we're doing, to come outside of ourselves, to fall and get back up, but time is ticking. Time is ticking. You got to get in your room. You got to hold on to that crazy peace, because when the world starts shifting, it's only going to be that crazy peace that's going to keep you. The joy of the Lord will be your strength. It's not going to be your money. It's not going to be your cars. It's not going to be your spouse. It's going to be the joy of the Lord. Now, if they got the joy of the Lord in them, hey, they can hold the fork down for a while. Y'all can share in the feast of the joy of the Lord together. But I'm telling you, you got to get it for yourself. You got to get it for yourself. In Jesus' mighty name. All right, I'm gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Bye.